white. What's a medium, what has been fine by? What's a problem, one way, money, can feel a fancy one and travel for 10 family. Whatever, why I'm about you. The back of the woman, more than you can do. Now, what's she in a bad That gun, I have all it. If I look at if you know, I definitely not fishing you. You know, my friend. What's it? What come with another but what I am? You go back any kind, I say. Many years ago. I'm when I'm near one. My friend, when I have been so much on it, we can never go down to see that. One tell you, we have to never touch any. Can you go and be done with Binan? She dies out of the affair. So she knew when I was a so back at home. Yes, whatever we do, you have a hit one of us. The family of the German. Really, from my German. One of the people, but now because that brand, what figures? Try to remember.
Wana biko ile hu ke ikwese be inyese je ga dangbishkono ete hi ahun ni mele ke ache igbe o fe molile ine she hi ahun ne she ikwe ike dabi agbene isanima akwe inyese ma akwe hini afomi keje hini ishishije kuna gbene inichmo heni iya wa momi ye jeme kuni sanjini yo jeme kame blema sanjini yo jeme ni jemfen le kuni anye ale jeme kanyeme eni wo kanichmo ishe wole ake kusunshia woba ni akani woba kusunshia ni akani boy hufutu wa hiwo tomo woni dane yuo maba woche ke cheme iyo bi enefe agbe ima bibe koni ke wo wie koni wo ke blofo afiu afutumi koni wo nyeme ke wo cheme ke wonane me ni yo manse ke gana mamunfe na mebe Ga Mantse we hwanene koni amehu amenye amenu wo ishi shino shishi echo ake wo ga wiemo taflache wo ba chi wo hwe.
They are coming, they are coming. They are coming from the mountains. The lions born on the mountains are descending to their fathers. Oh, when you take a sleeping child away, he will start looking for his parents when he wakes up. The sayings of the old. No kite will ever remain in the skies. For one day, it will come down. They stole the village drum. But where to play the drum was a problem. So they brought back the djemba. And here we are, very happy. We shall sing our return. We shall sing the return of our people. They took us away, but never our souls. They took us away, but never our spirits. They took us away, but never our ancestry. And we are happy today. I'm only the harbinger. Ni takitako turinjienyo. Ni takitako turinjienyo. Kwa bonehi, kwa boni eyo feo. Na yo manche ke min jele. Ni aye manche ni ejemba. Na eni ata ni awazie. Jebe no ata na wana. Abekechi afadi epapa kone. Na meno bile bae.
Nyadi, you have a quick round of applause for very efficient MC. Your Royal Majesty, King Tackie Tsuru, Teiko, Manjele, Nyamine, Manyene, That's right. And you see, this is what happens when the knowledge is not enough at home and you must go outside and acquire more. But the beauty is that you can come back home and now share. Ladies and gentlemen, my story doesn't begin here. I want to quickly say that this is mainly a welcome on behalf of myself and on behalf of every achiever that is here, not just to celebrate what you're doing. You know, I was once watching television, I was about 9 years old, and I heard you, Idris, say, you know, I'm working a job as a bouncer, and I'm watching television, I'm watching all these people on television. I'm like, you know, I can do that. I can do that. And Idris, you said in that interview that you left. Whatever it was, the situation, you went and you did it. Somewhere in there, maybe you didn't realize that you were inspiring not only another generation, but an entire world. For me to be able to leave home and go out there in search of the knowledge, in search of growth, in search of what will enable us to bring back the right tools to tell our stories the right way, I want to say thank you for that. And then I want to say thank you for taking the extra step now with your team, being able to come back home in a time where stories are gold. Throughout history, we have told our stories through paintings on walls, by the fireside. And today we educate as well through the power of film. People walk into the cinema and their lives are affected. You go in the cinema and you watch Rocky Balboa and you come out, you think you can fight, you know. But this is the power of film. This is a means and a tool that, because we're in such a visual age, the role of the actor and the filmmaker is truly important. And the fact that you know this and the fact that you have an abundant, what we call the Sankofa role. One of my favorite books talks about the prodigal son. I feel like I'm the prodigal son who was inspired by whatever it is took you out there to speak to the world. And not only am I following in your footsteps, not only are we following in your footsteps, we are hoping to empower the next generation with the right tools to be able to do what we couldn't do.
Well, in a way, love back, we don't know our roots, we don't know our culture very well. But what you're trying to know, come on, as you are, Kabalaji. So, when you do, Nathaniel, why do you want? One acting, you need to play a role with it, take a role. One, you need to play a role, naturally, as Shanti Yuki, Abuaji. I started acting, not playing a role as a Ga. I started acting, playing a role of an Ashanti. In my community where I grew up, though we spoke Ga at home, we mainly spoke a lot of Chi as well. My friends spoke Chi, I listened to a lot of Chi music. So it was a bit tough for me identifying as a Ga. And having appeared on TV as an Akan, the Ghanaian community didn't make it any better for me. Everywhere I went, I was identified as a white. Even my own father, Emmanuel Queen, before he passed, started calling me a white. So I must admit that I got totally lost. You're on the fire, I don't back on here. I'm being a wacky. Jimmy Ben Laji again. Pinion say, Ilaji. Nika point in the chucky home. Sunny about fame. Couple point in the chucky home, man. Sunny about fame. And in society, one of the key things you can use to change attitudes, change mindsets, change art, change culture, influence growth and development is film. You're going to move your ear pattern. You're in fact, you will trouble the one and income. So this is a very laudable initiative. The applause should also go to our brother, Idris Elba. I call him the Black Superman, and I'm sure he knows where that is coming from. One of the characters he played, I love that. Unfortunately for me, I tend to love villains more than heroes in movies. But I love this character, Brixton Rowe, in Hobbs & Shaw, which is a spin-off from the Fast and Furious franchise. So thank you very much. Nigga, we all know. This is when we begin to change the story of the Ga tradition. There is no way you can leave out the history of the Ga people. And that is where it must start from. The accident, one of the world's biggest stars. It is not by accident that our brother Idris Akuna identifies as a Ga. Accident. No matter when you go, we say welcome home. Ni nake sinistu june na tawana mane. Nyeshwa kaka mwane. Mideche mabuti. Oba face niyo. Afina chanya waje. Abacha miyama shimpa inshallah.
Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen of the Royal Ga traditional home, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to my colleagues, my film colleagues, I'm very, very excited and honored to be here. My only regret is that I didn't wear my traditional wear, so I can greet you, the king. You know, I'm an only child. My mom had just me, but my mom came from a family of 11 brothers and sisters who were born here in Accra. My mom's last remaining sister, Auntie Ayek, was 94 years old yesterday. And this morning I went and had breakfast with her. I told her that I was coming to meet Her Excellency, and she was crying. She was very proud that I was coming to see and make roots with my people, her people, the Ga tribe. And for my mum, who is in London and is still alive, she's 78 years old, this is one of the proudest moments for her, for me to be here to greet you in this way. I'm here as a son of the soil. but I'm also here as an ambassador for Africa. I'm an ambassador for my dad's country in Sierra Leone, and I'm an ambassador for Ghana. And one of the things that's very important, and my brother Chris told us, is that our stories are very important. When I was growing up and Chris saw me as a young man working as a bouncer, I looked on TV and I didn't see many people that looked like me, let alone come from the Ga tribe. I didn't see them. So it was important for me as I grew in my career that not only do I represent Africans, but I represent the Ga tribe very well. The most important thing to understand is that my mom just had me, and so she is my only connection to my country. And she said, my brothers Tony, Teiko and Danny, she made them make me get my Ghanaian passport. She said, you boys, make sure this boy gets it. And my brothers helped me. But it's beyond having a passport. My duties, His Excellency, is to make sure I hold the tradition proudly. Make sure that I can represent us when I'm on film, when I'm in my private life, so that we can all be proud. One of the goals that I've been trying to achieve in Africa is to bring my industry back to Africa. We've seen that Nollywood, South Africa, these countries have done very well with film. We've seen Ghana do very well with film. But there is a level that I would like to bring back and amplify in the most, in the strongest way that we can. And that is part of my duty. And that's why I partnered with our brothers. We want to get your blessings, His Excellency, His Royal Majesty. We want to get your blessings. We have earmarked the land beside the Osu Castle, where there is 22 acres of land that we have positioned that could be a fantastic studio and school and community for Accra. And we have designed something that we think will be not only excellent for Africa, but fantastic for Ghana, and to stimulate the creative sector in a major way. And if we have studios, I myself will definitely be working in that studio and bringing our films there. So, His Royal Majesty, we are here to gain your blessings to be able to partner with you and your ambitions for the creative sector. I know that you have been very articulate and focused on this arena, and it is clear that my brothers and sisters can see your commitment to this space. So it would not be right for me to do anything until I gained your blessings and your partnership in this endeavor. I just want to end with a few words to say thank you so much for having me today. I want to thank my team for supporting this journey. Without you, we couldn't have done it. I would like to thank the council and this gentleman here for giving me a lot of guidance for today. Please consider me your brother. Even though currently I live in England, but when I make my home here, wherever you see me, and we are in this room, please approach me. I'm not Hollywood. I am Idris Akuna Elba.
Abiasman, il parlait pour faire échibami, comme on dit à lui. Abiasman. Après chaque il joue en majesté. King, Tackie, the second, Ga Mantse, and President of the International Council, Ishba.
Ago.
Amen.
Go Nime.
Yeah.
Ago Name.
Yeah.
Go Cheme.
Yeah.
Ago Nyeme.
Yeah.
Nye Mancheme.
Yeah.
Nye Manyeme.
Yeah.
Nye Togbi me.
Yeah.
Mama me.
Yeah.
Woya woye.
Yeah.
Ulomoy.
Yeah.
Asafu Acheme.
Yeah.
Nyeme ni je be wo creative art industry.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it surprises you that you have inspired so many people in this room, in Ghana, and in the world at large. And I think that you have become a monument of praise to all of us. This day, we applaud you and say, Obake.
Yeah.
It means that we welcome you to our midst. The Ghana state will support the studio. We will support it because I remember when I was in GBC training school, learning to become a presenter, and it almost made a career. I almost made a career out of learning voice because I saw myself doing liners like at Drum FM 106.3. I did in Shirai FM. I did Joe. I did Kasaka and all the other liners that, I became a liner creator for TV3, for Ghana Most Beautiful, Ghana Most Strongest, IT products, everywhere. And I love film. I love what it brings. We used to have Mr. Mensa, and it directed a certain part. It made people understand what our psyche is, what our concepts are, and what our vision and mission is as Ghanas. Today we don't have Mr. Mensa anymore. Our children lack direction, our youth lack direction, and we need these tools. So coming in to put up a studio, to partner with us to build up a studio is a way forward. That is why we will support it absolutely, so that the creative art industry, especially creating Ghana content, can move to its next step. Remo Akeboje.
Yeah.
Our language is everything that we have. It is the source of our ethnicity. We cannot lose it. That is why we are insisting the enforcement of the GES bylaws to protect our language that is spoken in every classroom in the Gadangbe region. It is important, and this we always appeal to government that is adhered to, because our language is everything. It's our mark. It's who we are. It is our identity. No G Fiowo many Woji. There's one thing that I wanted to ask. In 1817 was the set in the birth of King Tackie I. He was an illustrious Gadangbe king, fought 7 wars, then was given title King in 1877 by the Queen Elizabeth in England, because he was invited to England because he had collaborated with the British to fight many wars.
1826, the Allied forces with the Ga Mantse fought in Katamanso. 1862, King Tackie was installed as Ga Mantse by the whole Ganangwe region. He fought wars, kept the tribes together, and in 1877, just when he came from England, the British colonial government took the capital away from Cape Coast and gave it to Accra. So Accra was the cleanest city in Ghana. In 1902, the king passed. 40 years of very, very creative, industrious reign. Ferocious, strong warrior. He was named Warrior King of the Gadanga State. You and I, we have to tell the story. Because we have to change the narrative of our people. And our turbulent story must be told. Our souls must be made bare. They must know where we come from and where we are going.
If you feel about matching,
yeah.
If you feel about Dunga,
yeah.
Ghana mamu,
yeah.
Timfe anali,
yeah.
Akeshin, Imlai Niko, Wanga Dumo,
yeah.
Wongme,
yeah.
Wakusuni,
yeah.
Wakabachuni,
yeah.
Yeah.